Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
And Mrs. Jones, we got a thing going on. We both know that it's wrong, but it's much too strong to let it go now. We meet every day at the same cafe, 6:30, and no one knows she'll be there.
Nephew of our guest of honor here today, and birthday boy, Mr. Bob Jones. On behalf of Aunt Blanche and Uncle Bob, it's my pleasure to extend warm wishes and welcome to all the family and friends who have gathered here today to celebrate a big milestone, and that's Bob's 90th birthday. What a compliment it is to see so many people here to honor our guest of honor and to celebrate Bob's 90th. I've been asked to say a few words about our guest of honor, and it's my pleasure to do so. Born February 22nd, 1923, the fourth of 6 children to parents Bridget Sullivan and Guy Jones. Before going any further, I'd like to take a moment to recognize one of Bob's sisters who's joining us here today, Alice Wheaton. Would you please wave, Alice? Bob's younger sister. Being 90 years young, you are apt to have some interesting things happen in your life. For Bob, interesting would be an understatement. I'm not going to talk about all of his life achievements because we'd be here all day. I'm going to start off by 76 years ago, at the dear old age of 16, Bob volunteered and joined the Army. It's just hard for me to fathom when I think of today's day and age, somebody as young as 16 years old actually joining the Army and willing to go off and fight in the war, but he did. He proudly served with the 14th Field Ambulance Division, and because of the effort and sacrifices of individuals like Bob, all of us here today get to enjoy the freedoms that we do, and we thank you very much, Bob. Bob has been working for more years than many live. Some might suggest that's what's kept him young. I think it's a combination of his working, his zest for life, and his wonderful bride, Blanche. Even after retirement, Bob volunteered and worked tirelessly representing veterans and veteran spouses to ensure they received what they were entitled to. And that's to the tune of over $1 million he's helped these individuals collect. Anyone who knows Bob knows he loves to fish, especially salmon fishing on the Miramichi. At one time, Bob even taught himself to tie his own flies. I had the pleasure, along with my dad and son a few years back, to go to the Miramichi to do some salmon fishing with Bob. It was great, unbelievable just to see the happiness in his eyes. And there's one thing that stuck in my mind. Remember, this was a couple years ago, so I'm there with my great uncle, who's in his mid to late 80s. And anyone who's been fishing, if you know what the currents are like, well, the Miramichi has some strong currents, and the rocks that you're walking on are very slippery. So I'm there with my great uncle, and he's out wading through these waters in his late 80s, as if he was a young and able teenager, or somebody with suction cups on his bottom of his waders. He had neither, or was neither, but it was just unbelievable, and something that will always stick in my mind. And with this remarkable life Bob is living, it did not come without some obstacles. Bob has had several setbacks and battles with cancer, but that did not stop him. 30 years ago, Bob was given 6 months to live. That was 30 years ago. Well, 6 months for most perhaps, but not for Bob. To draw on a boxing analogy, it is said that a boxer who is tough, not easily knocked down, has a good chin, a strong chin. If that's the case, then Bob Jones has a chin made of steel. There's no knocking down Bob Jones, at least not for long. And it is because of this chin of steel and his zest for life and never quit attitude that we are all gathered here today to celebrate Mr. Robert Guy Jones' 90th birthday together. Happy birthday, Bob, and many more. Now, before turning over the mic to Mayor Shorley and Bev Harrison to say a few words, I've been asked, there's been a few letters and emails sent wishing Bob some happy birthday wishes, and I'm going to read those. Dear Mr. Jones, birthdays are an occasion to reflect upon life's many joys, which inform who we are today. It is a chance to celebrate the accomplishments we have made through hard work and dedication, the wisdom we have gained through experience, and most importantly, the unique people we have met along the way of this incredible journey. Over the years, we have experienced the world's many cycles and revolutions of change. Your own personal history is forever woven into the tapestry of Canadian heritage. It is therefore my pleasure to join your family and friends in wishing you a very happy 90th birthday, as well as many more years of happiness. Yours sincerely, David Johnston, Governor General of Canada. We have an email here from my aunt, Bob's niece, Elaine Turner. Just wanted to wish Uncle Bob a happy 90th birthday. Hope you enjoy your party. Also hope the weather smartens up, so it will be nice for a change. Love, Elaine and Bill. Next from my niece, so it would be Bob's great niece, Tricia Peltier. Hi Blanche, I hope you and Bob are doing well. Wish him a happy birthday for me. I wish I could be there, and I hope you both have an excellent weekend. From Tricia. Next, it says, Bob, Y-O-B, you old. Only wish I could be with you tomorrow. Have a great 90th, going on 70. Fraternity is, as a Jim Stewart. This is from our daughter Kathy Thorne. Hi Blanche, please tell Bob that Dave, James, and I wish him a very happy birthday. Sending you both lots of love from The Rock. They're in Newfoundland. And this is the last of the emails. This is from Carol Ann Hicks. My aunt would be Bob's niece. Happy birthday to the best uncle a girl could have. It always puts a big smile on my face when remembering all the fancy dinners out with you in Toronto. Those were the days. Enjoy your big day. I'll be thinking of you and wishing I could be there. Love, Carol Ann Hicks, XOXO. And last but not least, we have Robert Gibson Jones, February 22nd, 2013. On behalf of the Senate of Canada, I would like to extend sincere congratulations on the happy occasion of your 90th birthday. As you and your many friends and family recall happenings over those years, there will be laughter, tears, joy, and sadness, all of which are interwoven into a life being well lived. I would also like to thank you for your years of veterans advocacy. You have made life better for many vulnerable Canadians. Congratulations, Bob. Senator Joseph A. Day. So at this time, I'd like to turn over the mic to Mayor Shorley to say a few words.
Winding them up and sending them out. I mean, you know, you have to, this is a pair sitting over in the corner there. And I listened to Bob tell the story of his eminent demise many years ago. I listened to him talk to the people at the Relay for Life. And it's very inspiring that you have outlived everyone that you had set to assist at that particular day. And former Mayor Hovey and myself sat on a committee when we redid the cenotaph over here, which I happen to think is one of the more beautiful cenotaphs, certainly in the province of New Brunswick. And Jim, you'll remember we'd sit there very patiently and listen to presentations of people coming before Bob and George Laird in particular. And they would come with these multi-$1,000 proposals to put up a statue over there, and he listened very politely. I might say smoking and the non-smoking legion didn't seem to bother Bob either, for that matter. He butted out and say, well, that was very nice, thank you very much. And then one day him and George went up to Sussex and ordered the memorial that you see over there today, and that's that. That's the way Bob works. And they would not spend one nickel that was not in the pot at that given time. And there's a lesson in there for politicians like Bev and myself. You only can do with what you've got. So Bob, on behalf of the town and all the people gathered here, I thank you for living in our town, and I thank you for participating in the lives of as many people as you have in our town and right clear across the country. And I will come over there and give you this this little plaque that we have from the town that says, congratulations on the occasion of your 90th birthday, February 22nd, 1923, presented to Mr. Robert Jones. So I will stroll over there and give it to you, and thank you very much for being here.
There's a lot of wonderful things about somebody turning 90 years old, and as I hear things, I've heard stories about my dad all my life, and it will surprise you. Can you hear me? Okay, thank you, appreciate that. It's wonderful to hear things about my dad and that he's turning 90, and I have my own perspective on it, and my toast is around that. It won't surprise you that I've known Dad all my life. And when I first met him, he was 28. And I I can still remember back when he was in his 30s, and I was 30 young, a very vibrant man. The interesting part as I'm listening to tonight is that I was 40 by the time I actually reached that stage where I had kids, and I could see my father as an equal, as another human being, and got to know him. So I've had 20-some years, well, 20 years to get to know him on a level that was much cleaner, much without my own filters in it. And I really got to know him so much better, and if he wasn't having his 90th birthday, I wouldn't have got to know him nearly as much as I do now, and I really appreciate that. And the piece that really comes to mind happened on Friday. My son came with me from away, and we had a birthday with Dad and the grandfather. And I was struck by something, and I learned something new, and that's what my toast really is all about. It was something that he said, and what he said was, it's all about love. And I realized, and it just hit me, and I should have known this all my life. He's a very loving man. Blanche, I know, has known this, and I'm sure the people who know him well know that. But I know it now, and I want to toast the very loving man, and I was very fortunate, and I am very fortunate to have a father who is so loving. So if you'll join me in the toast to Mr. Bob Jones, who we all love very much.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.